All right, we are live. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday night. Welcome to another episode of the panel. As normal, I have some of my panel with me. T-Town Mary Allen, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you all?
We're good now that we got you on.
I can't see chat, guys.
Yeah.
So, hi to everybody.
Well, Ed and Heather say hi to you.
Hi, Ed and Heather.
And Leanne, Sooner girl, how are you? How are you
Hey
tonight?
guys, how are you?
You on your
I
phone
can't
too?
see chat either because I'm on my phone too.
Oh, you are? Okay. Well, I mean, I can tell you this. We got Texas Takes, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
And RobFuz, our man.
Believe it or not, I met Texas Takes, and
What?
I will never forget the exact place where I met him because I
No
met
way.
Walt and Melissa from Mouse Talk and Texas Takes in front of the Mexican Pavilion. Believe it or not, in
Oh,
Epcot. So that was awesome. So whenever I think of
well,
them, I think of Mexican. So. Hey guys,
we got the privilege of spending time with Ed and Heather, and what a delight we had. It was so much fun. Well, you guys, this has been, Rob Fuzz is, a little bit of history. Years ago, when this whole community and stuff was starting, and it was just a few live streamers, I stumbled on Rob Fuzz, and right away I said, "Well, this guy must be a professional DJ," and and I wasn't the only one who said it. I remember seeing other people say it, and so Rob, thank you for taking the time to be here.
thanks for having me, guys.
You're so busy now with retro stuff, so it's nice of you to do it.
Yeah, like I just keep digging, I keep finding stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't release that, and I'm like, I just keep finding stuff. So
Yeah.
that I will start it off like that used to be my YouTube, record my own stuff, watch my VHS tapes, watch whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit older, so that was my YouTube back then. So
How far back does that go? Like all those, like how far back when did you start that?
yeah, I got my first camcorder in 1983, believe it or not. So Epcot,
Wow.
I think, was it was definitely under a year old, and we had this huge camera. We had this huge VCR. It was a pain in the butt. My dad was a good sport. We literally, I tell this story all the time. I think it's funny. We literally rented a baby stroller to carry the camera around, to carry the VHS recorder around. I'll never forget. I brought a tripod down, and I set the tripod up. I said, "Get out of here! Get out of the room and everything. I want to record the TV, the resort TV." And I recorded because I loved it even back then. And I recorded for like 45 minutes. I think you could hear my brother cough in the background once or twice. So, but they were good sports about it. They go around and everything. And I go to my dad. I'm like, "Remember that camera we used to have, Dad? This is what I have now. This is what I use." And I dropped the mic. He gets pissed every time I say that. But believe it or not, my mother, I think, recorded some stuff early, and then she retired. Like I took over. I was 13 or something, and I started recording stuff that were horrible, And like people were like, "Well, why didn't you film the whole ride?" Or it was batteries were, you didn't get much battery time, you didn't get much tapes and everything, and you had to lug it around. So
Yeah, you couldn't recharge it out in the
Yeah.
parks, right?
no. I can go all day with this. I can only go an hour or so with those cameras
Right.
and stuff. So. But yeah, the Panasonic OmniVision camera, that was my first camera. I look it up on eBay once in a while just to see. I don't need it back, but I look at it. So it's too funny.
Well, I had a trip where I was using an old camera and I put it into that night mode and I forgot to take it off. That wasn't too smart.
I have a bunch of videos like that, the night vision
Yeah.
things, and people are like, "Oh my god, that looks so cool." I'm like, "Yeah, not really, but
Not really. It
the
looks
night
like
vision's black and white and
Hulk or something. It just
X-ray."
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
too
we
funny.
we got a bunch of questions prepared, and
Uh-oh.
if you're in the
Is this
chat
like
and you have a
Pete's
question
thing?
for Rob Buzz,
Is this what's Pete's show called?
yes, it's very similar.
Very similar.
He stole it from me. No.
I think I can.
So we want to go. We want to ask you questions. We got
Sure.
I've got 20.
Nice. I
So
like that.
yeah, and I'm sure. And I told T-Town and Leanne, try to have at least 5 prepared. Are you all
Nice.
ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask. I don't normally ask the first question, but because I want to ask this question first, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to ask Rob Fuzz, and you know this word. As a kid, what was the first thing that gave you a sense of wonderment?
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite word. I was sharing out the street.
I knew you liked it.
I love Dean comes up with that. My first sense of wonderment. That's tough. I think just seeing Disney on TV, you know what I mean? Like we didn't have YouTube and everything. Maybe the wonderful world of Disney every week. Seeing early on, I always embarrass myself with. I don't know why I tell this story, but I think the sense of wonderment was like discovering Disney. The first Disney movie I saw was the Swiss Family Robinson with Robinson, just like that, which is very bizarre. That's the first Disney movie I saw, live action. And I used to buy the records and stuff, and I never got to Disney World. I actually posted my cousins got to do a lot of cool stuff. My cousin, the other one wasn't born yet, but him and his family went 1976. They went and I watched their home movies, and I'm like, oh my God, I think maybe that was his first sense of wonderment, seeing their home movies and falling in love with Disney and everything. And I bought the record. I bought the Epcot records too early on, but really early on, I would have like the Country Bear Jamboree, and I would set up my stuffed animals like a like Leanne has in the background there. I'd set up my stuffed animals and I would like play the thing, and I put it'd be totally dark, and I'd shine the spotlight on the different bears as they were singing and everything. So I recreated my own Country Bear Jamboree when I was like under 10. I don't remember how old I was, but maybe I was like 8. You know, I gotta remember there's no cell phones, or that was the form of entertainment then. So recreating my own Country Bear Jamboree when I was a little kid.
That was backyard Imagineering right there.
Yeah, exactly. So,
it says Space Mountain was brand new then.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right, T-Town.
Okay, Rob, if you were able to talk to Walt today, what question or, for lack of a better word, advice would you give him or ask him, knowing how it used to be and where we are now?
Yeah. I always think about that, like what unfortunately Walt died very early. He probably could, if he didn't have smoke as much as he did, not to put a sad story on it, but he probably could have been in his 80s, especially if, advancements and stuff like that. But, I always, I think I'm answering the question right. I always want to know how they did, how did you like Epcot? Because he had that vision of Epcot as being like a community, and they totally didn't go with that. You know what I mean? Like, what did you think of Epcot? I think was my main words. And then how do you feel the company did since your past, since he died? So is that the right answer? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
I always wondered what you thought. So welcome, John.
Hey, John.
Because it could go so many different directions. You're right. He died so young, didn't get to see some of it completed. And then reins were taken over and probably diverted from what his vision was. Yeah. And so,
even like his brother who took over, he didn't live that long. He didn't live that much longer either. So
right.
I would always wonder. And I'm reading the book, The Imagineering Story. The show is great, but the book is phenomenal. Like, and I'm kind of embarrassed because I'm not a huge reader, but I'm reading it really slow because I don't want it to end. It's so good. So, but just hearing about Disney and his early, what he thought, and his vision, and the whole story is like, he went on the merry-go-round with his kids and he wanted to do stuff. But there's a whole, and you read this story, like the real story, how he went to Europe and saw stuff. He saw different theme parks. And I love that he had that vision, like, to take it from the movies to like a theme park was just kind of amazing. So, and it, you guys know, I don't have to tell you that it's gone crazy ever since. And I'm always curious to see what he thought of the demise of, or the the success of Disney. They're so huge now. So
right. Sure. And his vision was to let anybody and everybody in the park, and not make that something that everybody could go see, and that just isn't the case anymore.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Wanted to say hi to Blaine, really creative out there. John, of course. All right, Leanne.
Okay, so talking about the demise of Disney, I always ask this question of everyone. Bring back one Disney magic item that is no longer available today. What would you bring back and why?
Item or ride or anything?
Anything. Just a Disney magic thing.
Well, I think Dean could always answer my question. I think Dean could answer every one of these questions.
I know
for
this
me.
one.
But when I say Horizons, Dean, when I say bring back Horizons,
Horizons.
yeah, that's always my favorite. I just was I was remastering my old videos they're pretty horrible. My old videos, I try to bring the best out of them, but that's it. I'm trying to think besides like a ride. That's a toughie. I'll be honest. Because
Think
there's a
more
lot.
of okay. Besides a ride,
Yeah.
Disney used to have little magical moments that.
Yeah. In general, I'd bring, and it's funny because someone posted a 1971 commercial of Disney World, and I'm on. I posted, hey Nick, what's going on? I posted it on my socials and stuff, and I'm gonna post it on my channel. But it's so simple. Like Disney World was so simple. I'd bring back that. I just bring back the wonderment and the simplicity of Walt Disney World. Like, even like just like the boats or and I'm so upset I never got on Discovery Island and River Country. I went there 2-3 times and it just so much simpler times. And like I'll be honest, I don't think if I knew the advancements of the future, I don't think I'd be happy in the 1970s Disney World. But to go there like on a vacation, that's what I'd bring back. Like the simple times of just the simple times. There's no phones, there's no, I have to rent a stroller for my video camera. Like those I think that's what it would be, and I just love that stuff. I love the retro, that's why they call me the retro guy. So, I love the simple times, I guess. That would be my answer. So hope that was good. So
it's really good. Jim's more sunshine here. Jim, we were talking about restarting up Fifth Gate, so just be forewarned.
Yeah, I was looking at Dean's channel and I was like, "Ooh, what's the most popular theme park?" And we did a show called The Fifth Gate, and I think we got 4 episodes in.
Yeah, but I think it was more. I think it was 6.
We got a couple episodes, but I'd like to revisit it because a lot has changed since we did this show. This is a couple-year-old show now, so I'd like to do. Invite the ladies in on it too, and invite everyone in and just talk about, maybe an update. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, we had some really fun episodes. I remember we had Arnie on, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Josh from Resort TV One.
Josh, and then
Dave was on.
Dave. Oh yeah, and then we had Derek.
Yes, we did.
We had Derek on. All right.
Go back.
You ready for? Sorry. Hey, what is Texas Takes? Ed says, I love your Bon Jovi videos as well. He's a great person, in my opinion.
I was telling the guys before, like, I've been with them 32 years. I don't really even want to date myself, but they're announcing their 40th anniversary, which is crazy. So I wasn't with them for a long time. And then 92, I met his mother, and I've been doing stuff with them ever since, which is crazy. Wow. I used to do their pictures and VHS tapes and their newsletters and stuff like that back in the day. Now, I helped do the travel company, the foundation, and I helped do the Bon Jovi website and crazy stuff. A lot of fun. But I would love, unfortunately, I have a ton of Bon Jovi footage. I just can't put it on YouTube though, when you work for somebody. You can't bootleg their stuff. So.
Copyright now.
Yeah, but we did cruises. I do some stuff. It's funny. All my Bon Jovi stuff, John's barely in it. So the music's barely in it. So, but we have fun. We're supposed to do another runaway trip, but hopefully down the line we're going to do another one. I've done 55 trips around the world, with Bon Jovi doing cool stuff, Japan and Australia and Europe and South America and Canada. I've been everywhere, so I've been very lucky working with them. So I'll
say,
yeah.
Want to say hi to Kelly?
Question coming up too. So,
so, all right. Well, hi Kelly. Good to see you here.
Kelly, what's up?
Hi Kelly.
Killing it.
All right. All right. Question number 2. We all have many new friends that we have met on the internet and through our love of Disney. So what was your earliest memory of connecting to other people on the internet?
Well, we're very lucky. I think Dean and I met through Resort TV One, and I met a lot of people through Resort TV One. I think I met you guys, you ladies too. So just those guys. And it was really cool just to kind of, last year I did an event and Josh did a lot of advertising for me. So to go full circle and meet a lot of people at Resort TV One, and just, I probably made 50 friends, at least from Resort TV One. So I'll say my initial. There's a couple earlier ones, but that's stayed over the years is Josh, Jen, Dean, a lot of people we just got to meet through them. Of course, Dan, Disney Dan, and Adam, and my buddies there, and Great Marco, all those guys are on my shows and everything. So just a lot of fun. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say Resort TV One, and it was really cool just to hang out with them and meet them and do like after hours events with them and be on their stream a couple times and everything, and doing streams with Corey Meets World too. So
yeah,
just all those people. So it's just changed so much, and so many people change. And me and Dean and I talk about this all the time, just how things change and people go in different directions and everything. It's fascinating. So it's just amazing that I think things turned around in 2018 when live streaming became, I had a YouTube channel for like 15 years. I didn't do anything. I was afraid to post anything. Then once the streaming came up, I really got interested in that because I went to school for television production, and I fell in love. I didn't really even like TV. I didn't go into television. I kind of loved the internet. I loved photos and I loved video, and combining the three multimedia things kind of, I fell in love with live streaming and people that do it, and live theme park live streamers and everything. So I hope I answered that question too. I get a little off in tangents, so if I don't answer the questions right.
Those are good answers. Ed wants to know, what country, when you were doing your Bon Jovi stuff, did you find the most interesting?
South America was amazing. We like dreaming growing up, like Guns N' Roses did like Rock in Rio, or you would hear bands that do Rock in Rio. And I'll tell you what, the people that live in South America, they're crazy. I'll tell you what. So I did get to go to Rock in Rio, see Bon Jovi. They don't go on until midnight, which is very bizarre. I love Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears went on about 9:00. One of my favorite bands. I actually just saw them 2 weeks ago at the Madison Square Garden, which was awesome. They're really good. So they opened for Bon Jovi. Like, they have two huge acts. So Tears for Fears, then Bon Jovi went on at midnight. I think we got back to the hotel at 5:00 in the morning. So, but yeah, Rio, Sao Paulo, and those were very interesting. I love Japan. Japan was really cool. Australia was really cool. So, like I was saying earlier, but I would say probably Rock in Rio is. Oh, I got to stay at the Rock and Roll Hotel too. Like the hotel, like Aerosmith was there, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Fall Out Boy. I think Guns N' Roses were coming in the next week. I didn't get to see Guns N' Roses. When we left, The Who was playing. The whole country goes nuts. So like we're sitting at the airport, The Who is playing all over the TVs and everything. They broadcast all the shows and everything.
Nice.
So it was just bizarre. Wow. Like I'm at the bar and like Alice Cooper's at the bar. Like it was very strange. So that was a very cool. And the Tears for Fears stayed at our hotel. I get to meet all those people too. Bon Jovi didn't stay at our hotels.
Okay, you always slip those things in. It's like I was saying, oh yeah, and I was at the bar with Alice Cooper. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was
I never
weird.
heard that
like,
one.
Yeah. It was bizarre. And I think Steven Tyler was doing a meet and greet. I kind of peeked my head in there, and they kicked me out, but it was kind of funny. I got to see him too. Yeah, it was weird. Very strange.
All right, T-Town.
Do you prefer to live stream or vlog?
Oh, that's one of my questions.
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
It's cool. I was kind of thinking about today. I used to love the live stream, and Dean, it was giving me kudos how we used to get on like 30, 40, 50 people in a stream and everything. It was so hard to get to everyone. And I know Dean doesn't like having a lot of people in streams. So Dean kind of talked me out of doing like those streams too anymore.
I mean,
that was a cool thing we used to do.
You mean 30, 40 that were with you live.
Right.
Yeah.
We would like bring on, bring off and everything.
Yeah.
And I never really believe it's kind of embarrassing, but I don't really like to edit that much. And I've kind of learned the like to edit and learned to love to edit lately. So I've been editing more. So used to be live streaming more, and now it's vlogging more. So that's my answer. So, but I miss live streaming. I'm actually gonna live stream after this show on my channel, which is kind of cool. I haven't done that in a while. So, but
he's going to talk about Threads, just so y'all know.
Yeah,
which is really hot.
If anyone knows what Threads is, so we'll talk. We'll get to that. That's a question too. So
that's a question.
Yeah, but yeah, I loved live streaming, but sometimes I go live and like even tonight, like I'm like, how could I fill an hour of time? You know what I mean? Like I look at the clock, it's like 5 minutes in. You're like, oh my god, what am I going to talk about for another whatever amount of time? And then it just kind of comes and people chat, and I love making something out of nothing into something, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the fun of doing a live stream. And I love the people in the chat and everything, and they'll talk and I'll bring someone in, and I just kind of like, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's an hour. Okay, we're gonna go. So just to make something, sometimes I just like doing that. Just throw something out there, like this threads thing. I learned about it yesterday. Just came out yesterday. I don't know much about it, but I'm gonna go an hour talking about threads. So you know what I mean? I like molding that. So it is a challenge. I don't know if you can do it or not. So, but that's what I like. So, but yeah. So it used to be live streaming, and now I think I've been enjoying vlogging more. I've been doing vlogging. I just kind of vlog like a live stream. Like I'll just film it all and I'll throw it in the edit line. And I'll just cut up stuff and boom, I'll just release it. But I probably literally have another 30 things I've filmed that I have not vlogged. So
wow,
that's not good. I need to edit more stuff.
Sound like road trip.
I became a hockey fan over the last. I went to 4 Islander games last year. And I vlogged them all. I went to a Knicks game. I've been a lot of sporting stuff and everything, and I vlogged them all. I never posted them. So I do need to post them. So,
all right, Leanne.
Okay. So I think you kind of touched on this a little bit while ago, but maybe not necessarily giving a year or how many years. So how long have you had your YouTube channel?
Yeah, like I said, I think I launched it 2000. I don't know, like 14 or something like that. No, I think I launched it like 2010, and then like right when live streaming became popular again, 2018. That's when I really kicked it off, and like I had a video called "Blowing the Dust Off My YouTube Channel." So, what is that now? 5 years now. So I would say 5 years I've been really active with it. So, I'm very lucky to have. I kind of discovered shorts. I know they're cheesy and everything, but they're a lot of fun. It gets a lot of attention. I hit 5,000 subscribers. I hit 1,000 videos, and I hit 1 million views all in April. So that was really cool accomplishment too. I started working hard on it and everything. So yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Just things just kind of shifted and changed, and so for the last 5 years solid, like I did the ice bucket challenge, 10 years ago, whatever. I did another thing where I had a PlayStation party. Like there was a company that gave you free stuff like games and stuff like that, but you had to put a party on and you had to release the videos on YouTube. So I released stuff like that. I released my friend's wedding on there like years ago. So, but I don't think that really counts because no one really. That's it. Texas Takes 2009. I knew it was 2010, 2009. So yeah, that's when it started. So, but then again, I didn't really get active till I fell in love with live streaming, which was awesome. So. But yeah, that's how long. So 2018 onwards, the heavy years. So that's flown by too. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, all right. I'm going to divert a little bit to another area. What was your earliest technical purchase? First, I want to say hi to Michelle the Quilter here.
Hey, Michelle.
Nice to have you here.
Hi, Michelle.
I like when Rob drives around to show us the weather. He's had some crazy weather.
Yeah, we it's weird. We don't have that much with the global warming. We really haven't had that many snowstorms in the last like 2 years. So,
wow.
Sometimes it just hits, and I just drive around and everything. The most bizarre thing was the other, like a couple weeks ago, kids were getting out of school, and literally the sky turned orange from the Canadian fires. So, I went live on that and everything, and you really couldn't get the sense of it, but it was very bizarre. Like all those masks that they threw in the closet that no one's using since the pandemic, they took out. Every kid got a mask at my kid's school. They came out like you would have thought it was the end of the world. You would have thought the school was on fire, or the town was on fire. That's how bad it was. So the stream, like the snowstorms and stuff like that, is just kind of it's funny. I try to do that stuff too. Go ahead. What was the question? Sorry.
The question is, I skipped one, but that's all right. What was your earliest technical purchase, and that got you really excited?
Well, like growing, I'm a big Nikon guy. I'm a professional Nikon photographer, and I was into photography and stuff like that. So, in the 7th grade, I bought my first Nikon, which was awesome. And I used to do stuff in the dark room and stuff like that. So even I know Josh from Resort TV One does a lot of retro gaming and stuff like that. I like probably an early thing I remember is like the Commodore 64 was an amazing computer. He's been bringing that on his stream and everything. That was like the first really cool computer in my book. So I'd say my two big things are my camera in the 7th grade. That was my first camera. I've owned probably like 20 different Nikon cameras since, which is awesome. I really love Nikon. And the Commodore 64 when I was a kid. I used to love playing games and trading them with my friends and doing that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to think what else too. Like early stuff. Like my first iPhone, the first, BlackBerry or whatever. There was stuff before the iPhone. I was always a geek. I was always a technical geek. I worked for Microsoft for a while, which was awesome.
Wow.
I had a Microsoft Surface. It was a 5-foot high, like you ever, the Miss Pac-Man video game tables. That's what they looked like. They were these before they were the tablets. They were these huge things, and it was a corporate thing. I had 2 of them in my garage, which was awesome. This is about 17, 18 years ago when I had these when I worked for them. So that was really cool to have too. Like technical. It was even before iPads were big and stuff. So that was
I'm picturing you in the spaceship Earth when you see Steve Jobs in the garage.
Yeah.
That'd be you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think some others. I was always, I always joke around. Like I was always the kid who opens their gifts up and their father's reading the directions how to put something together. And I was in the corner, it was already put together. So I was like the geek. I was always I always ran the projectors at school and stuff like that, the video stuff. So, I was always tech savvy. So I'm lucky like that.
That's a good answer.
Hmm.
All right, T-Town.
From this, I just keep from your talking. Things pop in my head. So from your travels from around the world, were you able to ever visit some of the other Disney parks in the other countries?
Well, yeah, I've been to Disney World, obviously, and I've been to Disneyland like 5 times in California, which was awesome. I got to go because of work a couple times with California. But my wife used to work for Major League Baseball, and her division was Japan, so which was awesome. I did get to go to Tokyo Disney World or Disney, it was a Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea, which was awesome too. That's probably my favorite park. So just visually stunning. Some of the rides aren't the best there, but just you go there, you're blown away. What a great park that is. So, believe it or not,
size, what are they compared to? More like Disneyland?
Yeah, they're more like Disneyland. They don't have that much land. So I would, because they are like literally right next to each other, Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland. And like in the 5th grade, I wrote a report when it first came out. I was about in the 5th grade when Tokyo Disneyland came out. I wrote a report at school about it, and my dream was to always go there. So I did get to go there for for my wife. So I got to go to 2 days, 2 parks. So it was really cool. So
wow,
yeah, that was neat. So that was 2005. So I really, my dream is to go back and do all of them. Go around the world, do all of them. One day I will. So
yeah. All right, Leanne.
Sorry.
Okay, so if you had one tip to give to a new content creator,
okay,
what would, someone that's starting a channel?
Yeah, just do something you believe in. Like just something you love, a passion. Don't go nuts. Don't do different topics and everything like I do, which is not probably the smartest thing. But find a niche that you like. Like if you like I like that people go to the parks and the parks in particular. Like, and someone does like shopping. You know what I mean? Like just stick to shopping. Stick to that. Someone likes whatever comes to mind. They like a certain topic. Just stick to the topic and see what works. And don't expect to get don't expect to be like a millionaire from your videos or anything like that. I'm lucky I'm monetized. I get very little a month. I just do it for fun. So don't go into it like you're gonna, you might be lucky and everything. I've seen some people grow and do some different stuff, but yeah, my thing is stick to one topic. Unfortunately, there's a lot, like Disney's very super saturated. If you're thinking about doing Disney, it might be tough to do Disney, so something that you like, so
yeah,
I guess that's good advice. I don't know.
That's great advice.
No, I think you're right.
Yes, it's something that's popular and something that you like. Like it's a good combination to do.
Disney is very oversaturated. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. You kind of already answered that question.
What was the question?
what was your first trip to Walt Disney World, and what attraction blew you away the most?
I could answer that too. Yeah, that's 83 wasn't my first year. My first year, like I said, my uncle went in 76, and he had a camera that did talking movies and stuff like that. I actually just released some of his footage because he did the Spirit of 76 parade because it's more kind of 4th of July. We just had the 4th of July. So the first time I went was 78, just the Magic Kingdom. And we stayed off property at a Sheraton. I remember that. My parents brought us there. We rented a car. It was like one of those old looking 70s cars, which was awesome. And I think we've done others. We like back then, early on, I think we just went to the Magic Kingdom, maybe SeaWorld. And then I went and I don't really remember the dates that great, unfortunately. 78, 79, 80, I think. Or 80, 81 in that range. And that time we went to Stars Hall of Fame. It was like a wax museum. We went to Circus World. Ringling Brothers Barnum Circus had a theme park. We went to Circus World. We went to SeaWorld. We did like a lot of other stuff off the beaten path. And then, which was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like back then, no cameras. I just have some stills and everything. And then 83 we stayed at the Polynesian, which was awesome. Probably the first and only time I'll stay there, which was cool. But we stayed there, and Epcot was open for the first time. That was my really blown away sense of wonderment, seeing Epcot and just blown away by it. So, and those were the first 3 times I went. I think we went one other time. So those first 4 times were just amazing. So
if you went in 83, you'd have to be after October to see Horizons, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think. Yeah, I guess it was. So it was. I don't know. I think it was November 83 we went. So
okay.
I think it just opened. So, but I definitely have footage from 83 in the Horizon. So.
Nice.
I was wearing my Epcot colorful retro shirt. I'm like, let's go on Horizons. Yay. I'm going to give my little voice and everything.
Okay, Mary Ellen.
That's the times I went.
Of all the rides, past or present, which one is your all-time favorite?
Ooh, that's tough. I believe it or not, like we talked about Tokyo Disneyland, and I went on the Pooh's Honey Pot. It was a trackless ride. It was the first trackless ride I ever went on. So I always say like that was my favorite because I love trackless rides, and ever since I've been on like 5 or 6 of them now. At that point, but I think thinking about it, I love going on the Pooh's Honey Pot, but I can't stand Epcot though. That's one thing I can't stand. Oh, hey Bob, what's up, Al?
You had no idea I was listening, did you?
No, I just saw you pop on. But
yeah, sorry I'm late, guys. Boy, what a rigmarole to get this darn setup working.
It's the panel. Now more pressure. I got Epcot Bob on now too. So.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward. I had to rush back home. We were gone for a little bit, and that's awesome. When I couldn't have forgotten about it when it was Rob coming on, I go, no, we got to get back.
Oh, thanks, Bob. I appreciate it.
We climbed over broken glass to get back here.
Nice.
Hey, we got Stevie Lee here. Hello, Stevie Lee. Nice to have you.
Yeah, Horizons, great movie ride, World of Motion, Universe of Energy, the original Epcot rides, and Winnie the Pooh's Honey Pot Adventure. It's such a cool ride. It's like very cool. So I like all the trackless rides. So, but I'm gonna say that's my favorite.
Okay. And you asked that one, right, Mary Ellen?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go Leanne, and then we'll go.
What was the
Bob.
question? It was
my
a favorite
all-time ride. I think
favorite ride, past or present.
Yeah.
Okay.
All-time favorite.
Yeah.
Who's Honey Pot?
Yeah.
Which is bizarre. Leanne? Like, who would answer that?
Well,
yeah, I my current one's Rise of Resistance, obviously.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
another trackless ride. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
All right, Leanne.
Okay, so you're a man of action and adventure. What do you do to relax?
Relax. Love to go to the beach. So we go to the beach, go to Wildwood, New Jersey. We usually go once a year. We haven't really gone as much lately, but I love going to the beach, relaxing at a hotel, I don't know if you guys know Wildwood, New Jersey. It's in South Jersey. We have a huge boardwalk. Nick lives down there, so Nick's down there now. But I love going down there, just relaxing, hearing the beach, hearing the seagulls, all that stuff. So number one's the beach, doing family stuff. So that's relaxing to me. But obviously as a family, it's not really relaxing because you have to do a billion.
Yeah, right.
Good stuff together, make everyone happy and everything. But that's what I like to do.
All right, Bob, you're just in time.
Probably ask a question that's been asked, but of course I'm intrigued, Rob, by how much retro footage you have. I mean, it's got to be the.
There we go.
It's breaking up. Of course, when he goes to talk.
So close.
We were close, Bob. Should we hold on to hope for a minute?
We'll come back.
We'll come back. Bob, we'll come back to you, but we know you're going to ask a question about retro. Okay. I have a question for you, Rob, and it's because it's kind of along the lines of what Bob was getting at, because you capture tons and tons of video. Do you ever find that difficult to do and enjoy your vacation at the same time?
It's a good question. You know, like even we just went last year. I was able to go to Disney and a couple times last year because, like I said, I had an event in Universal. So I got down there 3 or 4 times, and then we went as a family. So I'll be honest with you, I love filming. I love cameras. I love my phone. I love filming stuff, and I love capturing it. So I kind of feel naked without filming and doing stuff like that, you know. So it doesn't bother me. My family's just used to it. They just kind of go and they're quiet. They do, they do everything. So it's too funny.
Hey, Mandy, nice to have you here.
I'm gonna guess she's from Australia because she's wishing.
She
us
must
happy
be. Is it really Friday there? Okay.
It says Friday Eve.
Friday
Oh,
Eve.
yes. Okay. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Very
okay.
True, Mary Ellen. So,
Mary Ellen.
Yes, I love filming. So I'd rather film than not film. So, and when I don't film, I feel bad. So.
So do you feel like you have maybe not the same passion filming Universal maybe as Disney, because there's a little more sentiment involved in the Disney part of it, but is, you know, besides Bon Jovi behind the scenes doing that kind of stuff, Disney, how often do you get to Universal?
You know, I haven't gone in a long time. So, you know, I love early Universal. You know, when I was a senior in high school, they used to go to Florida and different stuff like that. And my year, I think the year before, the kids were like something stupid. So we went on a cruise to nowhere, which was horrible. So my dad's like, let's go down. Let's go on. I'll take you to Florida. No problem. Because you missed it with your school, which was awesome. So me and my dad went. I'll never forget, like King Kong. And it just opened then, you know. Universal is a lot younger. I love Jaws. That wasn't working when we went the first time. King Kong broke down. I waited 3.5 hours for King Kong. At the time, you want to, you know. I said, I don't care. I came here to see King Kong. Confrontation. It was awesome. So back then, I loved those, you know, those rides. E.T. even back then, E.T. still survives and everything. So, you know, it's so evolved and so changed over the years. So I didn't go for like 10 years or something like that. And then, lucky enough, I got to go. I don't know, 6, 7 times in the last 2 years I went to Universal. So it was really cool to go back. I love Disney, but Universal is a lot of fun too. So, but I love those retro rides and everything. And they're just, you know, like I totally geeked out when I went last summer. I got to go backstage and I'm driving around and I'm looking at everything and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I went behind the scenes. I went to their, you know, in their offices and the conference rooms, and they had a cool Harry Potter thing. I really can't really talk about a lot of it, but it was so cool to see behind the scenes, you know, at Universal as well. They were just so cool. But yeah, I got to go a lot of behind the scenes stuff and everything, which was awesome. So, but yeah, I forgot the question. Like something about Universal. So.
No, that was perfect.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I didn't really like. I used to go a lot. I went like 5, 6 times when I was younger, and I loved the older rides. And then, like I said, we didn't go for a long time. And then with Harry Potter and stuff like that, it was so funny. We went a couple years ago. We didn't tell my kids. We're at a wedding. End of the night with the wedding, like, we're going to Disney World tomorrow. Like, oh my God, really? Like, we told them like last second. And then this time, we went last January and we made my son watch all the Harry Potters. He's like, why are we watching all the Harry Potters? And then like literally the night before again, we're like, we're going to Universal. We're going there. So yeah, that's right, Stevie Lee. But we surprised them both times. So it was really funny. So, and he was really into Harry Potter. He got the wand and everything. So
fun.
John's going to be 13 and
oh my gosh,
in 20 days to him and Donna.
Oh man.
Jaworski share the same birthday. So happy birthday,
really?
John and Donna. So yeah. So he's 13. He's a big Harry Potter fan. So.
Oh, nice. Buddy R, welcome. And Janie B, nice to have you here, as always. All right, Leanne.
So do you use your phone to do most of your vlogging and live streams now, or do you have a particular camera that you?
Yeah, like I said, I have my Nikon. I have like 4 Nikon cameras, which I love. I professionally shoot with them. I do a lot of real estate. I do a lot of it's boring, but I do real estate. I do, like when I do corporate stuff, I use those cameras. So to bring those cameras to the parks, I get a little nervous. I have like a bunch of different handheld cameras and everything. And when it comes down to it, with the iPhone, I have a 13. I'm gonna get the new one in the fall because the 14 is phenomenal, and I think the 15 is gonna be even better. So I'll be honest, like I love the old camcorders. I love zooming and stuff like that, but the phone is just so easy. You know what I mean? It just has so much storage and everything, and shoot 4K, and they kind of come out great. So, like I do always bring a camera, but then I have a GoPro. I have like another point and shoot camera, and then I have my phone. So I use all 3. So I like the GoPro too. It's a lot of fun. So. But yeah, mainly the phone, sometimes the GoPro. Bob, go ahead and ask that question before you break up.
Yes, let's try that one more time. It's funny, my computer crashed and it was making a chainsaw noise. So I thought, what is going on around here?
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Am I jumping in and over?
Go for it. Nope, I just finished.
It's your turn.
Okay. Yeah. So, of course, Rob, you've got footage beyond anything I've ever seen, library of retro footage. And so what age were you when you started taking all that stuff?
Yeah, like we talked about it earlier, but like I was 13 when I first started, and my mom used to do it, and then I started doing it from then. And it's kind of cool. Over the years, I've had so many different cameras, like VHS, and then I had a high 8 camera, and then I had like a what else? Just the different kind of cameras over the years. I never had film cameras. I was never that early, but yeah, 13 onwards, I was starting to film them. Oh, and I had those big VHS cameras, like not even with the big thing, but the all-in-one units too. I used to carry those around and everything.
Oh, the one that you mount up on your shoulder.
Yeah, I had those too. Super VHS,
that's
8mm, high 8mm. And it's funny throughout the years, like, and then like I'll buy like like I have. You go on eBay and you buy this is cool. When I was, 25 years ago, this was like a $7,000 unit. I think I paid $300 for it, or a couple $100 for it. This is like a professional, 8mm, converter and stuff like that. So I like converting them. I love showing them everything. And over the years, I've been, like I was saying, I'm just a big geek, Bob. I like all that stuff. So
we love it.
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, but even younger than 13, it just wasn't like physically, like financially possible. I think we paid $1,700 for that camera.
Wow.
For the deck and the camera. It was very expensive then. You know what I mean? I was lucky to have parents that could afford a video camera, and I could afford my my habit of taking videos. And that was my YouTube, Bob. I used to film all that stuff. I used to wore those tapes out, the VHS tapes and everything. I liked shooting it and watching it. So
yeah.
Awesome. So
no, it's an incredible library.
Thank you. Yeah. And I still got I keep finding stuff. It's so bizarre. I still have like my office here and everything. Like there's like piles and piles of tapes here. So Disney Animal Kingdom 98. All that stuff sitting here. So I don't even think I converted that one yet. So I still convert them. So
it must have taken you hours upon hours to digitize all that.
Yeah. Over the years, I've been doing it. So, but I have them all in a folder, and I keep going through it and finding stuff and everything. And the weird thing is, like, and like Hollywood does this too. Like they had the VHS, then like the laser disc, then the DVD, then the Blu-ray, then the 4K and everything. Like I'm getting better at my retro stuff. So I've been converting them. I've been fixing them. I've been restoring them and everything, and I've been upscaling to 4K, and they just look better and better. So I've been releasing a lot of stuff then too. So, like,
Bob, I'm hearing that chainsaw noise now.
Yeah, I thought that was me. So.
Hold on.
And he froze. So he got a question in though. I like that. Though.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you're watching the replay, thanks, Bob. So. I love Bob. He's awesome.
Bob, I'll take you off just to be sure on the noise. All right. Rob, I'm going to jump because I want to make sure I get in one of my questions.
Yeah, get them on.
I warned you about it in advance, which you've met a lot of famous people.
He cracks me up.
So to name two of them, and I've mentioned this before, but has me a little jealous, Charlton Heston and Tiger Woods. So if you had a show and you could interview anybody you wanted in the world, who would you like to have on?
Yeah, back to Walt. I would love to have Walt Disney on. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I interned for the channel CNBC is in North Jersey. There was a channel called America's Talking. It was an all talk show network. At a college, I interned for them, which was awesome. Like they had 12 talk shows on back to back throughout the day, and I interned for one that was called "Am I Nuts?" Which is funny. It was a psychiatrist and a psychoanalyst, I think, was on the show, like an older gentleman and a blonde from like California. So that's who did the show, and I love doing that show, and I love doing it, and I was I love doing photography too. So I kind of like, hey, can I take pictures? You're like, yeah, sure. So I wound up being like the network's photographer, which was awesome. So every kind of celebrity you would ever want to meet. Charlton Heston was one of them. And Dean loves that story. I did meet him. He shook my hand and he grabbed my hand like this. And I'm like, Mr. Heston, thanks for that. It's hard to explain the thing, but he grabs your hand and shakes your hand as he grabs it. I love that. And I said, Mr. Heston, thank you for letting me take your picture. He's like, the pleasure was all mine. And he shook my hand like that. I told Dean this story all the time. And like, I'm like, oh my God, I just shook Moses's hand. Like, it was just so cool. Like to meet him and everything. I think he passed away like a year later. Like he was very older in age. Yeah. So that was cool. And then at Tiger Woods, I met we did Tiger Jam. Bon Jovi did Tiger Jam years ago. I kind of forgot about it. And one day I found the picture. I'm like, oh yeah. Dean loves golf, so like, oh yeah, Dean, I forgot. Here's Tiger Woods. So
I just met Tiger Woods.
Cool. Very cool. It was just very nice backstage. Yeah, we did an event for him, and I remember, John was there, and David Cook, he's a singer from American Idol, which is one of my favorite singers. He was there too, and my wife was very jealous. I got to talk to him for like 20 minutes. He was just really cool to talk to too. So. Yeah, I am a Jersey guy. So Central Jersey, I grew up all my life. Saraville, Freehold in New Jersey. I lived in Old Bridge, which was right in the middle. Bon Jovi's from Saraville and Springsteen's from Freehold. So I was right in the middle of the two. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say hi to Chris. The Disney Baker is with us.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
And Mary Ellen, you're up.
Yeah. All of my questions have been asked.
It's okay.
I know.
But before you went with John, was that the Microsoft and John? Or were you with another celebrity?
Like I said, I met his mother in '92. Microsoft, I think, was about 10 years later. So around there. The timeline's fuzzy. But yeah, I was young then. I used to shoot weddings and stuff like that. And I would do like whenever he did trips and stuff like that. That's what I helped with John. And it kind of, as I got older, my role with the organization got bigger. So, but yeah, just Microsoft is like I said, I'm a geek. I always wanted to go to CES in Las Vegas. It's like the Consumer Electronics Show, and I got to work that with Microsoft. That was a dream. I only got to walk around for like an hour, but to be at CES with Microsoft was like the ultimate geek's dream. So I got to do that. But yeah, Bon Jovi's a long time coming. So it wasn't like a full-time job back then. Like, I would help them do stuff over the years. And whenever they needed me, like there's concerts or trips or something like that, that's when I did it. And then as it grew, they kind of came to me and said, hey, would you like to run this? Would you like to do that? So, yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
John's awesome too. He's a great guy. He really, like, I never could say a bad thing about John. Like I'm lucky. I do all you get to meet John on a Runaway Tours trip. I'm the one who takes the pictures. I'm the only one who does it. Like there's one or two people have done it before, but like I've done like 60 of them. And we do 400 or 500 people in an hour. It is just a photo with him and everything. And it's a lot of pressure, but I love that he trusts me to do that. So that's really cool.
How old is John Bon Jovi right now?
I'm 52 and he's 10 years older than me. So I'm sorry, he's 8 years old. He's 8 years older than me. So
dang, when I watch these people do all they do at that age, and I think
I
think he just turned 61. Yeah.
He's young.
Yeah.
Bob, you should start going to karaoke. I think that'll help.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That's the ticket.
All right, Leanne.
I asked all my questions, so I'm going to defer to Bob since he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I keep my setup keeps crashing.
Yeah, hurry.
I tell you what, I love living rural, but there are its drawbacks.
Yeah,
One
Bob
of
did
the
like a
bigger
live
ones.
stream once. He was like walking around and like there was like a river and stuff like that. I love when you did that, Bob. That
He's
was
got a
awesome.
Oh
creek.
yeah, I got a creek going through,
Yeah, the
and it's
creek.
not always flowing, but
And I know that the connection's not great. So that's whenever I hear your connection's not great, I think of that stream that you did. So you were doing snow and stuff.
yeah. So are you are you still working? Are you still doing runaway tours then?
Yeah, we've done like I've all soup to nuts. I think we've done about 60 of them.
Okay.
We're gonna do one, and we kind of like we're still gonna do one, I think, in the fall. So hopefully, John, the 40th anniversary is coming up. So yeah, I do it. It's a blast. So hopefully we'll be doing one soon. Yeah,
I think me and Dean are always intrigued at people that can do a lot of a variety of things. For we're such 9-to-5ers.
Yeah.
You go to your job, you do it, you go home, you don't think about anything else.
yeah.
Sometimes I think, I wouldn't mind being a little more adventurous.
Yeah. It's tough.
So I see Rob doing
I'm
all
a
this stuff.
contractor, and like you don't know where your next paycheck's coming. So if there is no trip,
I suppose there's that. Yeah.
I'm not getting paid, so I'm always looking for work, unfortunately. So hey, if you want to hire me out there, I'm available. So.
Yeah.
Rob
can do a drone film.
Yeah, I love drone. Yeah,
we're gonna do a cow stream out here with cows and cattle
Drones.
walking by.
Nice.
So.
Okay, let's see. That was your question, right?
Yep.
My next question is I'm jumping because I want to make. We only got like 9 minutes left, and Rob is going live right after us.
No,
by the way,
I put 9:15 or whenever you guys are done, so I got time. So whatever you want to do, we're good. So don't worry about it.
All right.
So.
Well, I'm going to jump to it anyway because I've heard different opinions, and I'm going to ask you about Dial of Destiny. I don't think any of us have seen it. Oh no, Leanna's seen it. She's seen it.
Yeah.
I think she liked it too. What do you like about it, or what do you say, Rob, without too much of a spoiler alert?
It's funny because like Adam went to the premiere, like the first ever showing in Paris, which was awesome. So
wow,
and he liked it. He didn't love it. He didn't hate it. He liked it. So I'm like, how do you not even love it when Harrison Ford's in the theater? George Lucas, you have Steven Spielberg, the whole cast is there. Like, how do you not love it? So he liked it. He just he had some issues with it. We were actually talking about it today. So Brandon, my friend, he's on my show. He hated it. He's a huge Indiana Jones fan. So he hated it. So don't know how you hate it, but I loved it. My son and I, he's turning 13 in a couple of days. Like I said, we watched all of them. So even Crystal Skull, he appreciated it. He liked Temple of Doom the best. He liked Short Round and everything. We had fun with it. And then just to go back to the theater, just standalone everything. Just that movie. Saw Elemental a couple weeks ago, and we saw this. We saw Elemental for Father's Day. But I loved it. I thought it was really good. It's heavy on CGI, but I love CGI. If it's done well, I love it. So, and I really did enjoy it. I definitely recommend it. Definitely, it's good to go back to the theaters. But I loved it. I gave it like a 9 right out of the theaters. So me and the crew just saw it. I saw it with a bunch of people. We had like the whole row, which was awesome. And my son sat next to me. He saw it. He liked it too. We really, really liked it. So,
you got to keep in mind he's 80 years old, so he can't do what he did. But
growing up like simpler times again, I saw those 3 movies. I liked them. Going back and watching them again, I had issues with the original 3, believe it or not. So I love the first movie, but I just feel, I don't know. I love it's. I'm not really comparing this movie to the other movies, but I like the originals. I really like this one too. So we're good. So definitely recommend it. So
cool. Okay, who has more questions?
Well, that kind of leads me to Rob, projections or animatronics. Like,
animatronics.
Is the future
1000%.
going
if you just talk to me now, you could answer that question. Animatronics. Yeah. So
well, and I think everybody would be like that. But are they going to do away with those in the future and just do projections?
Probably. Like I'm blown away by the technology too. When you see like The Mandalorian, they film these shows with these backgrounds and the screens are incredible. And when the screens are done right, I do love projection. I don't really mind it as much. You see a ride like Runaway Railroad and stuff, and I think the projections on there are incredible. So
yeah,
there's a place for them. But I do love animatronics, like those really high tech animatronics and things. So
I kind of feel like it's projection mapping overuse now. In because it's okay to use it sometimes, but it just seems like, it's
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, a little overused now.
Yeah,
so I'd like to
definitely.
see more animatronics.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure.
Like when they do Tiana, do you think they're going to keep some of those animatronics?
That's what they say. So yeah, I think it's going to be a
I hope
mix
so.
of both. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be many, to be honest with you, but there's definitely not going to be as much as Splash. But
Yeah.
I saw online that Universal is going to open up Splash Mountain, so that's a stupid rumor. But there's no way they're bringing Splash
That's
Mountain to
funny.
Universal. It's going to take over Rip Shaw, whatever that vlog flew.
Oh yeah.
But it's on one of the sites and everything. I thought it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's funny.
I know that's a stupid rumor, but
I think Leanne, you said you're out of questions, right? Bob, you got another?
Oh boy, yeah, I did. I got to think of it again, but you covered. All right, you already covered your favorite past attraction, and it wasn't Horizons, huh?
no, I said
yeah, it
Horizons,
was
like
Horizons.
the
Yeah,
classic
it was
Horizons. Great movie ride, World of Ocean.
Oh, okay, you gave
the
your
original
your
Journey.
list.
Well, I love all those, but like I said, like wonderment wise, like when I was in Tokyo Disneyland, I saw Pooh's Honey Pot, with the Winnie the Pooh's Honey Pot with the trackless ride. It's phenomenal. It's really cool.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's
yeah.
like one of my favorite rides. Believe it or
So,
not.
okay, I remember my question. So, I mean, there's been a lot of pessimism over the future of, the parks and what they're doing. What are your thoughts? Are you optimistic that are you a little more in the pessimistic camp, I guess?
Yeah, like what Universal putting in their new park, it kind of raises the bar again. Disney's got to do something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Will they ever open another gate? They already have 4, and they have 2 water parks and they have all this stuff. Do they need to open it? Probably not. Expanding on the parks, I think, is a better idea.
Yeah.
I know they had that Blue Sky idea where they could just blow it out by past the Big Thunder. So I don't know. That would be cool, I guess. I don't know. Just unfortunately, just see the way the movement of Disney, like for them to do another park, I'm not going to be around for it probably the way they're moving, the slowness of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
I want to be
Okay.
optimistic. So, I just, hopefully they'll figure things out, and they'll, especially with the competition coming on from Universal, and if they get the right, it's kind of I think there needs to be a little bit more of an executive shakeup there, and hopefully that'll happen. I don't know.
With time going on and everything, like it's not. I don't even physically like it's billions and billions of dollars investment. You know what I mean? They'll make their money back, but
Yeah.
I just don't know how anyone does anything nowadays with the expense of everything. It's just crazy.
I know. I mean, you think of Epcot cost what, 700, 800 million to build, and Harmonious cost 200 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
And Fast Pass Plus, was it, or was it the newer one that cost $1 billion?
yeah, it was the IT system they put in for that was $1 billion,
Crazy.
more than Epcot.
More than
It's just
Epcot.
crazy.
That's just nuts.
So yeah,
I don't know.
All
We're just talking about that, Bob. We want to do another episode of the Fifth Gate or another, continue that, thing. So we could. I'll think about it more. We could talk about it on the future
well,
show.
I did hear that they do have, or they submitted some kind of future planning thing with a fifth gate notch in there somehow, but not that they're going to actually do it, but that they have thought about it. So
I heard that too.
We'll see.
Okay, well, I've got 3 more questions that I want to make sure I get to, but this one that just came to my mind and I just got to ask it since you have a little time is, what is your synopsis on the life and death of the Galactic Star Cruiser?
Wow.
Which I knew you wanted to go to.
Yeah, Dean and I always talked about it. I think at one point I had a scenario in my mind. Bob, Dean, and I would go together.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Never met, but we're gonna go send the Star Cruiser. But that dream's been shattered. So
that would have been all right.
They did say the other day that it is gonna see a second life. I don't know if you saw that or not.
No.
So, yeah, they did say they're gonna change it into something. They did actually say it. What's the main guy from Disney? What that guy? I can't think of his name.
back to
Josh
Eager?
Tomorrow, is that his name?
Oh,
Iger or
Josh.
tomorrow.
Yeah, he's the one who said they're gonna do something with it. It's not,
Really?
it's not gonna be destroyed or anything. So it's just crazy. I can't imagine. Well, sorry about that. I can't imagine. I don't know. I'm shocked. I'm not shocked because they just priced itself out.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a whole nother show. Be honest with you. So I'm flabbergasted that they wouldn't let it go longer, or the pricing, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what I saw of it, it looked cool, and everyone who's done, I've never heard someone go there and like, oh my god, that sucked. I like it's not worth the money. I didn't hear one person say that. To be honest with you,
Huh?
I'm sure there's some people out there that were not as happy, but
Yeah.
I think they got their money's worth, but the money, it was just too expensive. So
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why wouldn't they turn it into like just a very highly themed hotel?
Right.
So you could kind of have your experience, but then you could leave and go to the parks, do your thing, come back.
I think
is it right though that it only has 100 some rooms?
Yeah, it's not very much. Maybe I thought 200 in that range, but
okay.
I don't even think it's that much.
I
think you're right.
They're tiny rooms.
And they're tiny.
Yeah.
You're paying all that money in your little.
You have to really like each other to be in one of those rooms.
I admire they took the risk, and I thought it was really cool that they thought outside the box.
Yeah.
But obviously it didn't work. So
right.
I think they were bleeding money. So like to close it, they were saving like what would they save with taxes for the rest of the year? So
like yeah, it was a lot.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's
crazy. So I don't know. I hope it turns into something cool. I don't know.
Bob, do you have any more? Because I'm going to close it with two questions.
I'll let you go ahead. I was a little late in coming, but hello to the chat. I finally found it here. I got to click the right tab. And for Janie B, Surf Bomb, the Disney Baker, Stevie Lee. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
So anyway, just a hello to the chat. Go ahead, Dean.
So, Rob, my two questions, you know what the last one's going to be. So my second to last one is going to be last year you had the big event at Universal with 5. What's the group name?
Maroon 5, yeah.
Maroon 5. Are you doing one, do you know yet, in 2024?
As of now, no, which is sad. Okay. So they were talking about, it was a huge event. Again, that was kind of like the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. It was kind of like an experimental thing, and it was tough, like we learned a lot, they brought me on with the experience of doing the other Bon Jovi trips, and it was a lot of different factors, like August in Florida. It was a lot of local people and everything, so it was amazing. It was probably the best event I ever worked on. It was very cool. But to rent out the whole park, to do all the logistics and everything, to get a band the caliber of Maroon 5 it was very expensive. So they were talking about doing some stuff on a smaller scale, but my fingers are crossed. Hopefully they do Music After Dark, what it was called. So hopefully they bring it back. So my
sister said she would do it again in a heartbeat. She loved
Dean's
it.
Sister, I'm bummed I didn't get to meet your sister.
Yeah,
so. But she did do it. She did say she loved it. So
yeah,
it was cool. It was to have the whole park to yourself, to have just the Harry Potter park to yourself was just incredible. I was just looking at my pictures. Because I'm on Threads. I wanted to talk about Threads too before I go.
Yeah, that's my last
question.
question.
And I was looking for pictures for Threads, and that's right. And I had like 6 butter beers in my hand, and we had Josh and Jenna and everyone that was there. And we all had a toast and butter beers and everything. All you could drink butter beers was the best. So
nice.
It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was cool. But yeah,
I would do it if they had Hagrid's as part of it.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It kind of was, because you got a day pass to Islands
true.
of Adventure as well. You just didn't get private access to it, but yeah, it was kind of included. So yeah.
Okay, well, that's what we're going to end it with here, which is Josh. Sorry, just said Josh. Rob, thank you for being on.
Thank you guys for
yesterday.
Having me. I love the show.
When he messaged me yesterday and said, "Are you on Threads yet?" and I said, "Now this is funny because yeah, that's right." So I signed up and I just checked and I already have 52 followers, which kind of blew me away. But how
awesome.
many followers do you have?
I'm gonna look. Hold on a sec. So again, so I think I was telling Dean, or I was telling someone like, do you remember the first day of like Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram? I don't remember
Well,
those
no,
first days and everything.
we didn't do them the first day.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't do them the first day either.
Yeah.
So I was just looking on the news, and I saw a New York Times article. It's like, hey, you know, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, launched their new Twitter-like chat, social media platform, Threads. And I'm like, what the heck's that? So I look. It's funny because someone owns threads.com, and you go to their app and their website, are like, we're not part of the Meta thing, but check us out anyway. Like, I'm like, they hit the gold mine right there.
Yeah, I'll say.
So like, this is like 3:00, 4:00 yesterday, I saw it. And as a goof, I go to Dean. I'm like, are you on Threads yet? Like, no one knows about it. Like, I think maybe I heard about it. I thought it was going to be part of Instagram, but it is part of Instagram kind of. Threads is like its own app. You log in through Instagram. You could follow all the people on Instagram, and you instantly, like, say I follow Dean on Instagram. Once he got his Thread account, it's threads.net. If you guys are curious out there, you could download it. It's free, of course. It is just like Twitter, but I'm getting kind of sick of Twitter. A lot of ads, a lot of changes. I love Twitter. Dean knows that, and but this was kind of cool. It was refreshing. I'm going to read it in a sec, but it was cool to see something on the launch day. No one knew about it. I went in there and I was just kind of fooling around. Like, I don't know if you guys ever follow Universal Orlando's social media account, like their person who does it. I don't know if it's one person, I don't know if it's a woman or a guy, I don't know if it's 10 people, but they are so witty and they're so much fun. And like, they've come on to Resort TV One, they've followed the influencers, they're very witty, they're very funny. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna have some fun. Like, I told Dean to come on. Dean came on first day early and everything. I texted Josh from Resort TV One. He's like, oh no, not another social media platform. But he went on it. I think they have like 2,000 followers already, which is awesome. Resort TV One. I just looked. I have, drum roll, I have 504 followers on. It's like a day, which is crazy. 505. I actually just got another one. So,
wow.
But it did. I have like almost 3,000 Instagram followers. So I kind of followed all them, and I followed some people I was interested in. And that's how you gain. Like, it was the day one of Threads. It's very cool. Threads.net. It's a lot of fun. So I said, let me have fun. So I said, I'm going to take a shot. If there's any day that Disney Parks is going to mention me, today's the day. Like, because it was like maybe the second hour ever. So I get a reply back from Disney Parks. They had a hand clap. It was so funny. And they replied to me. I'm like, oh my God, when is Disney Parks, their account? They haven't posted anything, by the way. I think they're nervous. Universal embraced it full hand. And I did the same thing with Universal. They didn't respond to that, but Universal, it was so funny. They responded to the other one that I did to Disney. They're like, we're going to respond. And then they did it again, and they put twice. So they responded twice. And that's how witty they are. They're just so funny that they responded twice. And that was so cool. So I'm going to see if I can find it on the thing real quick. So I took a screen capture, but it was so cool come on, Disney Parks and Universal, like, have like a little war. And my you call them, they're not tweets. They're called threads, and my same thread that they both did that. It was really cool. I was really happy to see that. So, but it was like a little war. So I'm trying to, here it is. So maybe my only reply ever from Disney Parks. Woohoo. And they did the clapping sign, and then, but we will reply, and then they put twice. So Universal Orlando, like, how are you going to get that, So they got 30 million followers yesterday. 30 million people signed up for the service in one day. That is crazy. Wow. And then I think Mr. Beast, he's a huge YouTuber.
Oh yeah.
He got like 1 million people already. Mark Zuckerberg, he was close to 1 million followers too. So it was crazy. Like, to see that roll out. And that's what I'm going to do my stream on. Like, I'm going to talk about all my fun stuff I did with Threads yesterday. And like I said, Resort TV One, I told Josh that I think he begrudgingly did it. I told a couple people. Some people did it. Some people, Dean did it, which is cool. So check out the live plays on Threads. That's another thing we could say to everyone. So, which is awesome. So, but yeah, that was my fun yesterday. So,
So you got 10 times as many as me. That sounds about right.
Yeah, Resort TV One's 2,600. They got 2,600 followers in
Wow.
a day. So,
Wow.
but you know, they have a ton of Instagram followers, like 60,000 or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's not as hard to get with that. But it's fun though. You know, like I don't think anyone knows what to do. You could post up to 5 minutes of video. I was posting some videos and everything. What does Stevie Lee say? I just signed up once Rob's having a video about it. I'll get into things as a mod. Yeah, it's not like a mod thing. It literally is just like Twitter. So it's like Instagram backed. You use your Instagram account. You literally download it. You say copy your Instagram things, follow everyone from Instagram. And it's just kind of like a Twitter, but your Instagram account. So
okay.
That's what it is.
Cool.
But it's a lot of fun. Go check it out. Go check out the live place on Threads. Check out RobFuz. Check out Epcot Bob. I'm sure is going to be there.
I better get there.
I was looking for Leanne. I don't think Leanne's on Twitter. I think T-Town Mary Ellen's was on Twitter. But I don't know if you guys are going to be into it or not. But you should come have fun with it. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're on in 5 minutes, so we should.
No big deal. So
definitely wrap it up here. Thank you, RobFuz, for being on with us.
Check out my channel, RobFuz, RobFuz. If you guys haven't, I think all these people know.
And check out all the retro videos because it's quite a great library.
Plus Theme Park Retro, which you have a number of your retro stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
I tried it. I'll be honest with you, it really didn't take off. I have a separate channel with Theme Park Retro. I have another channel called Drop That Rope. They really didn't take off. So I'll be honest with you, I'll slowly put videos on there. But Rob, like I think you missed Bob. In April, I hit 1 million views. 5,000 subscribers and 1,000 videos posted. So I had those 3 milestones in April, which was really cool. And since I've gotten like almost 500 subscribers since April, which is awesome. So the channel is kind of growing a little bit, but
and I think we all should really mention Road Trip Dave. And what do we want to say? I mean, he wasn't here. We understand. You know, people have lives. No, it was his wife's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Road Trip.
Well, I'm just glad that I stabilized here and I could join you guys for the rest of it.
Yeah, so. Did real well.
Yeah, I was praying fervently. Hold up.
Thanks for the panel having me on. I love it. So,
well, thank you for being here, Rob. We're going to call it a day, and we'll see you next time with whatever that may be.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Rob.
Awesome show. Keep up the great work. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, chat.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys. And I'm going to be live. RobFuz, come on over in about 5 minutes.
Couple minutes. All right.